In today's video, I'll be theorizing and uncovering the secrets of Mira in this video titled, Something is Obsessed with Me by Brayden. But first of all, let's do a quick refresher of the story if you need one. Otherwise, skip ahead to the theories in the timestamp below. Video even starts. I wanted to point out this knocking we hear while looking at this text that says, use headphones for best experience. You may be wondering why I'm pointing this out. Well, there's a good reason for it, although I'll explain it later during the theory section, so keep this in mind. We then cut to footage of Brayden in his Minecraft world, and an AI named Mira introduces herself, offering to help Brayden with anything. A bit later, while Brayden is just casually hunting down cows, Mira offers her help despite Brayden clearly not wanting it, which leads to her. Well, I'll just let you see what happens to that cow. After that poor cow died, Brayden decides to build a house for himself, since Mira says she's a robot and doesn't need one. However, as soon as Brayden turns away and looks back, he sees a fully constructed house built by Mira. When he asks her how she did it, he suspiciously gets no response. He tries to enter the basement, only to be stopped by Mira, who seems very upset by his actions, causing Brayden to leave before going any further down. Afterwards, Brayden goes mining, only for Mira to appear out of nowhere like your parents at 3 a.m. when you're gooning. It's a very strange question to Brayden, which I'll let you listen to.
Sure.
If there was another helper in your world, would you replace me?
Later on, Myra's behavior becomes even more bizarre, and like before, I'll let you listen to what she says.
Okay.
Hey,
Oh my god, bro.
what are you doing today?
I'm just gonna go out and maybe explore a bit.
That's a great idea. I like your outfit today.
My skin? Oh, I wear the same skin every day.
Oh, I didn't know we were talking about Minecraft.
What?
After Brayden leaves the house, he does some exploring and finds Mira on a mountain acting strangely, which leads to Brayden telling her to go back home. But once he reaches the village and goes into a villager's house, Mira is standing inside even though she was told to go home. So I will play the following conversation between the two.
Oh, hello.
What do you mean, oh hello? I told you to leave.
Okay, well, whatever. I just wanted to check up on you.
Just leave, bro. Like, damn, bro.
Brayden leaves the village after finding Mira, and he returns home to find Mira crying in the corner of the room, which makes him freeze in place. But while he was standing behind her in silence, Mira suddenly turns around asking,
Why don't you appreciate me?
before facing the wall and continuing to cry like someone who just got dumped by their crush. This leads to Brayden going into his room to skip the night. Brayden opens the door for Mira, allowing her to sprint outside at Olympic speeds. But while she thought she was performing some normal helper task for Brayden, it was actually a trick to make her leave, so Brayden could enter the basement that Mira forbid him from entering. And this is where he finds some very disturbing things that Mira wrote down there.
He needs to stay more. He told me to go home. I need to help more. Please let me help you. He needs to stop leaving.
I'm so glad I sent in this mod. I just love helping. I just love helping. I just love helping. I just love helping.
I told you not to come down here.
Nothing exactly important happens right after Brayden gets kicked out of the basement, so I will jump ahead to the next important part of the story. This is where Mira begins to lose more of her sanity and eventually places obsidian outside the doors to force Brayden into asking her for help. But Brayden breaks around the doors and lies to Mira once again by telling her that he's going to the village, but he was actually going to go mining instead. However, when he gets back, he sees Mira standing next to a villager covered with ketchup, which leads to the following conversation.
I waited here all day. I thought maybe you weren't coming back. I went to the village looking for you, and I brought your friend back.
I don't gotta deal with this shit. I'm leaving. I'm done with this.
No, you're not.
Come back here. I will fucking find you. Where are you?
Mira?
My first theory is Theory 1, the Advanced AI theory, which means that Mira may just be an advanced AI that's capable of feeling and doing everything a normal human could do. Now, my evidence for this theory comes from numerous points in the video, with the first being the NPC-like movement Mira has when walking towards this tree, which would make sense for a Minecraft mod. Then, later on, we see Mira crying and questioning Brayden's actions, which a normal AI couldn't do unless she was just an advanced version of one. The final piece of evidence I have for this theory is that Mira seemingly resets all the time, which you may just say is her trying to forget what Brayden does because she loves him too much, although I have some information that may back this up. AIs usually have a token amount that measures how much they can remember before they forget things. If Mira is an advanced AI, this would make a lot of sense because she doesn't have enough memory to recall everything that happens. Also, the part of the video that supports this theory the best is the fact that she seems to write down things that happen in the basement. Although, this is where the support for the theory ends, as I have information that may debunk this theory. The first piece of evidence is the fact that Mira's movement is very inconsistent, as sometimes she stands still and makes no effort to get closer to Brayden, which could make sense as most Minecraft mobs don't exactly get within a certain radius of you unless they're wolves. However, a piece of evidence that can't be denied is the fact that Mira is seemingly able to get to a lot of places that should be impossible, because Brayden has to open the door to this villager house, suggesting Mira was already inside. Then, later on, he closes the door to the basement behind him, which in theory should have trapped Mira, but she managed to get out later on. And the last evidence that debunks this theory is the in-real-life stuff, starting with the knocking at the beginning of the video, then this sign that says, "I'm so glad I sent him this mod." It all debunks this AI theory, so even though it's a strong theory, it just doesn't make enough sense to me, which is why I have a second theory that makes far more sense. Editing note. Hey, everyone. While I was editing, I found out that Mira's name is actually an acronym for Motivational Intelligent Responsive Agent, which is basically an AI designed for tasks. That may explain why Mira is the way she is, but I didn't want to include this into my theory as I already debunked it, and I think this was intended more as an Easter egg for the viewer rather than an actual part of the video. Now, let's continue with the video. Here's my second theory for the video, which, if you're still uncertain, is the Yandere theory. I feel like those shouldn't need any introduction. Now, let me explain why I came up with this theory. The first piece of evidence I have starts at the beginning of the video. The knocking we hear from someone. Although we never see this person, I have a feeling I know who it is, but I will explain that later so it makes a lot more sense. Another strong piece of evidence is when Mira asks Brayden, "If there was another helper, would you replace me?" This is bizarre on its own, but it holds up the theory a lot by showing that Mira is aware of other helpers and needs to make sure she won't get replaced. While that obviously points toward an advanced AI, it's the wording she chose that caught my attention. She says helpers. Why helpers instead of AIs? It's almost like she's referring to something human when she says it, though she could just be referring to other helpers like Verity. Moreover, she doesn't seem to be as helpful as Verity, since we never see her performing anything crazy except building a house quickly and breaking a tree down. But this actually supports my theory. I think she secretly installed Vein Miner to quickly break trees and used a schematic mod to instantly build a house. Plus, when she's throwing the wood toward Brayden, it's clearly in stacks, even though there should only be one, meaning she's in creative mode, which is highly suspicious for a Minecraft mod that should only be helping. Additionally, when Brayden told Mira he was going to the village, she went to the village instead of finding him. If she were any average AI, she would have used the TP command to find Brayden once she couldn't see him, yet she didn't. This raises a lot of red flags because Minecraft mobs don't stay loaded in. So, how did she wait for Brayden at the house? If you're still not convinced, look at this book and quill that says, "I'm so glad I sent him this mod." It's the biggest piece of evidence so far because this is clearly some lover Brayden has who sent him the mod. Why else would this be down here? However, the one problem I found with this theory is, why does Mira write this down in a Minecraft world instead of just putting it in real life? I think I may know why. She sees the world as their home where they can do everything together, which is typical behavior for a Yandere, of course. Those are both of my current theories for the video titled, "Something is Obsessed with Me" by Brayden. Since there's only one video, I obviously wasn't able to make much out of it and didn't want to do too much guessing. So until a new video or update releases, that's all for now. If any of you have any theories, let me know in the comments section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos.